You're listening to the Comic Crusaders Podcast. I am your host, Al Mega, CEO of Comic Crusaders and Undercover Capes. In this show, I'm sitting down with creators from all walks of life to talk about inspiration, process, the lessons they've learned, and a whole lot more. Hey, yo, what up? It's your boy, Al Mega. Welcome to a brand new Comic Crusaders podcast. Whip-a, baby! And we got an amazing guest. She is killing it on the indie scene. She's a writer. She's a creator, a world builder with a dope project out now on Kickstarter. Already funded in one day, but we need to make it rain so we could open up all these many portals and more. Let me introduce to you the one, the only of Worthy Chaos Comics, Corissa Grant. What up?
Hi. That's a great introduction. I really like that.
She's there. She's ready to fight.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Awesome.
Thank you for coming on. Well, this is the spirit of indie. We gotta be energetic. We gotta enjoy and love what we do, and I'm always happy to talk to an amazing creator that's out there pushing it and also supportive in the community. Because I see you, Carissa, you supported the crap out of everybody on every social media platform she could get her hands on. And showing the love. So and that's what community is. You know what I mean? So a great community builder as well. So
I love all the indie support. It's the best community. It really is.
It is. I mean, Comic Crusaders, outside the panels, we're all one family, Undercover Capes. You know, we're all about supporting the independent community. It's you guys are the future of the whole industry. You know what I mean?
I don't even read mainstream anymore. It's all indie. I back all the ones, and I get to read all these fantastic comics all the time. I love it.
Right? With no history and no reason to get upset and stuff.
Yeah. And they're so passionate because indie, we do it because we're passionate. We don't do it for the money. We want to see our characters and our stories come to life. The mainstream are just people like belting out these panels. They probably don't even know what they're writing or what they're drawing or whatever. They don't care, but you know,
they get a paycheck, right?
Yeah.
Unlike you guys that have to work hard on projects to get a paycheck. But we're going to get into that story in a little bit so you guys can see this dope new project she has out. We need the origin story because this is Comic Crusaders Podcast. You know what it is. Let me know what it is. What's your origin story? Where are you originally from? And what is the first seed, your first love in the world of fandom?
So I'm originally from New York, Long Island. And and what got me into the earliest memory I could have of any love of any of this was when I was 6 and I saw not on purpose, I was hiding on the stairs, but I saw Nightmare on Elm Street 3, the scene with the marionette with the veins, and I don't know, that was the love of what I want. Hi. So that started the genre of horror that I absolutely adore, even though I was 6, apparently. But
okay, listen, my parents took me at 5 years old to the movie theaters to see Hell Night with Linda Blair. That's my first horror movie. So,
right.
You know, no babysitters. Oh, well, kiddo, you're going to have to deal with this shit. You know?
Yep, it worked that way. That was my first one, and my second one was Cujo, and those were Cujo. I wasn't scared at all. I thought it was awesome until I went to the park and saw this giant, muddy, wet Saint Bernard running around like a nut, and then I was like, I'm just gonna go home. It was like,
I want the car.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't see any Nightmare on Elm Street, you know, with guys with blades here in their hands, but there's a giant dog that's gonna eat me. So, yeah. But yeah, that pretty much started it, and it pushed me to do. Mostly, I actually was into obviously horror movies, but video horror games. Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil 2 is really what started the writing. My love of Resident Evil 2, and my writing came from role play. And after I saw the movie Stay Alive, I was doing. I love that movie. It looks like it shouldn't be a good movie, but I just love that movie. But I went online to do the research because I love to see the true facts of, you know, the behind the movie. And there was people on, and yes, I'm aging myself here, but on MySpace role playing, and I was like, isn't that like copyrighted? Like, how are you using their images? And they're like, no, you pick a character you want to do and you're fine. So I'm looking around the room and I had this giant cutout of Leon from Resident Evil 4. And I was like, oh, I want to be Claire. So I was Claire Redfield, and I RP'd her for 15 years. And I'm dyslexic very badly. And I started as a one. And for 2 years I did one lines. For 2 years I did para. And then I said, there's no way I'm ever going to do novelaire. I mean, there's no way I can write all of that. And somebody kind of broke it down for me, like, oh, it's not that bad. You do this. So I was so proud of myself. For years, I did 1,000 word replies. And then I met my co-writer, and we got into the story. And I asked her to take this role. I said, I've been holding on to this role 15 years. I thought it up, and I wanted to do it. And I met so many great writers, but I never got that spark from this. Met Jessica on the second day. I was like, I never give out roles. Do you want my role? And she's like, I never take roles, but yeah, I'll take the role. And I sent her like a 4,000 word starter, and that just that just started this wave. And her and I together in 2 years wrote 11 novels, each about 100,000 words each.
Oh my goodness!
5 of those novels is this series. So series 1, the rest is the prequel, and another 5 is the spinoff. So this is 5 novels that we wrote that I converted into scripts. So it's already written, and it's about 40 issues.
Ooh, okay.
So total, we probably have about 85 issues written for so far. We're still writing. We're both writing daily. We send each other chapters as we go. She sent me one yesterday, and I was working on one before I came on here. So yeah, that's how I started. We had a story, and we were so obsessed with it that we wanted to see it in comic book form. And since if we were rich, we would just hand this out to everyone. But unfortunately, we're not. But we just really want to share the story. But we really want to see our story come to life. So
absolutely.
Yeah. So we it was a really hard road finding our artist. It took us months and thousands of dollars.
Talk about that learning curve then. What's that learning curve like? Because you're going from novel to scripting and now building a team to make a project come to life. So what's that process for you?
Well, the downside is I lost about $5,000 with the first artist. They stole $3,000, and then I tried to fix it for $2,000. And I did not like it, and I did release it, but after it was done, it just wasn't what I wanted it to be. And when I found this new artist, he actually started at issue 2, because everyone said you don't have to redo one, but I felt like I did, so I was trying not to, because I wanted to get some of the money back. And then this artist did issue 3, and by the time he did issue 3, he was so into the characters, and he just got it so down packed. I was like, you have to do one, and it has to be done before you go on vacation, because I'm launching with my first. The last campaign was technically my real first campaign. And wait
a minute. Wait, don't gloss over that. What do you mean technically my first? Did you try what happened here?
So the first one was like the first artist, and it was kind of like a soft opening. I didn't do any advertising. I didn't know anything. I jumped into this without any knowledge whatsoever. And so the last one,
number 1, don't jump in blindly.
I jumped in blindly and deaf. Like I had this is the conversation that flat out happened. We were gonna try to release the novels, but it's role play style, and an editor said you'd have to combine the whole thing and lose pretty much most of it. And we said, no, we'd rather make no money from it than destroy our story. So I decided I'm going to print them out for us through like lulus.com or whatever it is. So I'm going to find us an artist. I'm going to have us make nice, pretty covers for them, and then we'll print it. And while I was looking for an artist, they were all really cartoony. And I said, do you want cartoony or do you want realistic? And she's like, cartoony's fine. And I was like, you don't mind cartoony? She's like, no. I was like, okay, what about a comic book? She's like, okay. So I jumped out, I found an artist, and at night I was texting her and I said, I have no idea how to do a script. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. She's like, you'll figure it out. Woke up the next day, watched a YouTube video, and I was like, all right, I got this. So I sat down and I did an entire script. And then somebody read it over and said, do you want any of the art to be seen? Because all you have is like dialogue. And I was like, oh, that's, yeah, okay. So the dialogue was my bane of my existence. So my first script wound up being 2. So I automatically had 2 scripts because I had to advance the space. And there, that
was all this crap.
Yeah, when you write a novel, you don't have to worry about anything. You don't have to worry about did you is there a knife in the room? You just say, oh, I grabbed the knife that was in the room. So you have to think ahead when you're doing scripts. Their clothes, you have to remember, oh, don't forget they have a scar here or this. So that took some time. But the biggest thing was definitely the dialogue. And our dialogue's a little different. So for our story, she wrote everything for Draven. He's one of the main characters. He's the main character, Draven. So she wrote everything, all his mannerisms, all his thoughts, his speech, everything. And I wrote Seraphina. So when you're reading the book, you're literally reading 2 different minds, so it's a little bit different.
2 actual conversations.
Yeah, it is actually 2 different people. So there's a little bit uniqueness to that, because even when most co-writers, you don't usually have them writing just the character.
No, wait, I gotta find out. So what were the origins behind that idea? Because that is a dope idea.
Well, when you role play, you pretty much take over as one character. So how it works is I would have a page, Seraphina's information's on there. We would have a picture. We usually use actresses or actors for pictures. And I send her point of view. So the very first starter was her going through, all this stuff until she meets up with him. And then she comes in and writes her point of view. And then when they meet up. So from then on, I write a chapter and I have to say what we're doing, where we're going, what we're doing, what we're saying, what my character's saying. Then she comes in and writes her point of view from that whole chapter through his eyes. So he will respond. Well, she'll write what he responds to my writing or my words in her chapter. And that's why it wasn't going to make a good book, because they're split. So you'd have to read one chapter and then read the next chapter, and it'd be 2 different conversations going on. But for comic books, it works perfectly. All I do is put them together and they're talking to each other. So yeah, that was a little bit different, but it's unique, and it's a unique story. And I don't know where...
It's so unique. You got ASAP, genius. Kudos. He's doing a thing over there. You know what I mean? Because it is. I've never heard anyone or a creative duo speak about writing with that approach. So, again, it is an amazing idea.
Well, it's definitely different, because people say, well, one of the hardest things is when you're reading a book, the same person wrote all the characters. So you have, the mind of one person. But with ours, that's not true. You have 2 completely different people. Yeah.
Folks, we're talking all about this awesomeness over here, right? And we're going to keep talking awesomeness, but check it out, folks. And Dawn is showing you love. You're a rock star.
Yes. Dawn is my traveling cheerleading squad, and she follows me around and makes me look important, and I love her all for it.
There you go, Dawn, rock out. We always need that. So check it out, folks. Out of $1,000 goal, she's already at 1,143. Woo!
Yeah, it was under. Well, when we got that, it was under 6 hours, because we started at noon. So it was
6 hours. Look at this, folks. You see what I'm saying? And there's a video here. Let's take a look at the video real quickly, and then we're gonna proceed and speaking about this whole dope book. He looks so cool. Holy smokes. That's a scary looking dude for real. You see, folks, I got funding so fast. You gotta keep funding it, baby. And look at this. Look, holy shit! Look at that cover.
So let me tell you. So this cover is from the DC artist Ken Hunt, who worked on Batman as a penciler and inker, and Harley Quinn, all those great stories. And then it was colored by the current interior artist for Lady Death Universe, CC Dela Cruz, and they both did a phenomenal job.
Phenomenal. Look at this. Holy woo! I am digging it. So this is the main cover for the book?
That's a variant cover. That's variant. Yep.
Sure.
The first two are variants. I think.
So sick.
Yeah, the first two are variants, and this is by Fabio. He's an amazing artist. I actually have the original here, which I love, and it was colored by Fernando, and they did a phenomenal job too. That's the bar fight in the beginning of the issue, which is an awesome fight, by the way.
I have a friend of mine that's his fantasy in life to have a bar fight. Like, what do you mean a bar fight? He goes, I literally want to grab somebody and drag them down the bar. I'm like, geez, bro, I ain't hanging out with you then. I ain't getting that type of trouble.
Thank you. This is my artist's first in the video, not this person, but the artist in the video and all that is actually his first job. This is his first job. And yeah, he used to be like a portraits. He used to do portraits for like cats and dogs and people and everything. And then he came along and he's like, are you interested in hiring? And I was like, by that time I was exhausted because I couldn't find somebody. And I was like, I have like 5 people doing a free page. If you want to hand in a free page, hand in a free page. If not, I'll pay you if I don't get one of those 5 people. And he goes, no, I'll do a free page. And he did. And it was phenomenal. And this is my artist, Jonas De Costa. He's absolutely amazing. And this is our homage. If you know Supernatural at all, this is our homage to Supernatural. The license plate is Dean Winchester's birthday. They're in the position that Dean and Sam were in on one of the posters, and
that's why it looks familiar. Cause I'm not a big fan of that, but I'm like, this feels and looks familiar. See something like this? I just can't. Thank you. I would have been. I was about how in Google now you can search a picture for reference.
Yeah.
I was going to do that shit after our podcast. I swear, I was like, I've seen this.
Yeah, deja vu, man. Yeah, that's
good. You fucked me up, man. I smoked before. Not good.
That's our warning.
Ooh, I love it. A warning, folks. There we go. And there we getting it. Right as she says, right in the middle of the business at the bar. Holy smokes. Christian, that was for you, all right? Ooh, I love it.
This is the bar. There's a bar fight in the bar and then out in the parking lot. So there's a lot of fighting. There's a lot of fighting in this. And at the end of the issue, there's fighting with vampires. So there's a fight all the time. So.
Wonderful. That's what we want. Action-packed goodness. And look at the panel usage here. Then you go into this black and white with the reds. Love it.
Yeah.
I love how the panels flow. Nicely.
That's actually all my artists. That's what we kind of clashed on the first issue we worked together because I had a vision and he had a vision and I was used to just giving my script to somebody and they make these boring, I don't want to say boring, I'm just saying normal panels, and they make these normal panels and they don't put any thought in it. And if I have 5 panels on a page, they have 5 panels. And with him, it kind of clashed because he does action so well. And it took us arguing back and forth before I was like, you know what? I'll compromise to you because you know what you're doing. And I cut my page from 6 panels to 3 and he turns those 3 into like 8. Like he just does this amazing panel work. So this is all.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. That's what we want in a comic. We want our eyes to take a ride in the book, feel cinematic, especially with this type of story.
Yeah. And so to give a brief description of the genre or familiarity, the best way to describe it is Buffy the Vampire Slayer meets Supernatural in Silent Hill in the Resident Evil world. And that's kind of what goes on here. And I've also had people call it Romeo and Juliet in Hell. So there's that too. So.
Oh, damn. Woo. Sell it, girl. I know Amazon, Netflix, Hulu, y'all listening, right?
Yeah, somebody asked me once, which would I rather have, a movie or or a show? And I got to be honest, I would love a rated R animated series. Like that would be, if I ever had my choice, that would be what I would have. And there's my car, not my real car, but that car I want, the Impala. They're stealing it.
Both. I hope you don't have to go into a bidding war for one.
They're hard to get now, damn it.
Yeah, but look at the way homie drew that car.
Yeah, isn't that gorgeous?
Know everything. Jeez, it looks like more
like
photorealistic than a drawing.
Yeah,
right.
It looks like a real car. Yeah, he did amazing. Yeah.
Holy crap!
And
again, great panel uses. Very, very Warriors.
Yeah, right.
Was panel.
Yeah. And yeah, and here comes the next fight. And my chick there, she's a pretty good fighter. She fights in high heels apparently.
Ain't that high, they're still gonna hurt if she picks somebody dead in the throat though.
that would be a little harsh. Yeah, I can't walk in high heels, so she could do it for me. I just I could barely walk in my sneakers without tripping. So.
Oh man, yeah, I have a brother like that. Yeah. I think he's better off just barefoot.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, absolutely.
He don't wear shoes. He just don't know. He drags his feet. So if it's a rug, it's a wrap. He's eating fluid.
My husband drags his feet. My husband's 5'6" and he has 12 the size 12 shoes. So he wears these big boots. Like he's very.
You're always tripping over them.
Yeah, it's like Frankenstein walking through the house, man.
You better watch out. Make sure he hasn't put life insurance on you. Maybe those big shoes.
Yeah, pretty much. I just yelled at him too because he left the boots right in front of the doorway. It's like, oh, that's smart. That's our Anubis, who's it's gonna seem weird, but he's playing fetch with a hellhound. And those are the parents there. The angel to the left is her father, and the demon flying away is his father. So the main character she's an angel descendant and he's a demon descendant, and their fathers are after the weapon that she was created from. So she was created from a weapon that has the power of souls in it, that him as an angel used to carry the souls, judge them, and bring them to heaven, and they would be contained in there. And the angel of chaos always tried to get those. And now they're trying to get it from her. And her father controls Anubis right now. He has a remote control that controls him, and he does what he says. And the father demon, he controls the hellhounds, but he controls them he beat up the leader, which is right there. His name is Croc, and he beat him up. So Croc doesn't listen to him, but all the other hellhounds do. So for whatever reason, Croc really likes Anubis, and he brings him a stick. And Anubis doesn't know what to do with it, so he throws it, and Croc brings it back. So for the rest of the
demon dogs need love too. It's okay.
Right? That's what I said. And you could see he has a broken horn, and that's from the demon. He doesn't breathe fire like the other ones because he was beat so bad. So so for the rest of the series, this poor little hellhound just follows Anubis around wherever he goes. So
but what a design on Anubis though. Holy crap, I've never seen him so fearsome before.
Yeah, he's awesome, and he's in it more and more. Like in book 3, he's in it a lot, and because he's the god of the dead in the Egyptian verse. In our book 3, it's all zombies. It's Resident Evil 2, pretty much. They're trapped in a city, and he walks through and he just lifts his staff up, and the zombies just move out of the way because he controls the dead. So it's like parting the Red Sea. So I can't wait to see that drawn out. Because I think it'll be cool. Yeah.
And look, let's get into it, folks. Because when you make it rain, you start getting stuff. And listen, as simple as $10, just because you believe in it. But if you want something, it starts as low as $5 for a PDF.
And I will tell you, for the PDF, you get the black and white version and the color version. Ooh, and the first stretch goal is at 1,300. So we're almost there. And for that stretch goal, you get 16 #1 issues of PDFs from the same genre. So for $5, you can pretty much get 18 PDFs. So,
well, never on no platform can you get that many books.
Right?
$5.
Yeah. I had a lot of supporters, and I supported a lot of them. And when I reached out and said, who wants to donate for a stretch goal, they all came forward and were like, "We will give you our first stretch." So
Again,
it was
this is why
amazing.
indie community is the best.
Yeah, that's right. It is
There you
absolutely the
go.
best.
Look at that PDF for $5,
Yeah.
$10. There we go, folks. For you that like smell the ink. That's like $10.
I will say about the ink, these books really do great in hand, because I mean PDFs are great, but these are 80-pound weighted glossy pages. So these are heavy pages. This is our first Anubis page where he comes out looking all cool and stuff. But this is a heavy book, and it just looks so amazing and glossy. It's just phenomenal. And yeah, so PDF's great, and I love them, but I'm telling you, in hand is just awesome too. So.
And Dawn cheerleading for you, saying those damn good books. That's
Isn't she
right.
good? I need to pay her more. So all these rewards, we have a ton, and I get yelled at all the time for this, why I have so many, but it's because I love merch, and every time I buy it for myself, I have to pay for it. But if I offer it to you, it's tax deductible. So that's
Hey, I hear you. There you go.
Right?
You're a businesswoman too, folks. You hear this,
You
right?
know how it works. Yeah. So there's like there's actually like 4 stickers. So the first 4 stickers, that's the little Anubis sticker. The first one was the angelic weapon. And then the next one's that's the little angelic weapon. And then, which is also our logo. There's a mirror one that's about 3 inches. And this is my favorite. That's the cute Anubis. That's about 4 inches. And he's adorable. And then we have buttons. We have a button. And now this art is from issue 2, which is Ian Chase Nichols, who did the cover.
I know Ian, man.
Yes.
Tell me, are you going to WickedCon this weekend?
I'm not. No, I wish I was. Yeah.
Oh man,
I'm in Tennessee, so yeah.
Oh, gotcha. I want to see Ian this weekend over there.
Yeah, I would love to. I want to meet up with both Ian Chase Nichols and Ken Hunt, because they both did my awesome covers, and they both came back and said, "Could we do more?" And Ian Chase Nichols is doing my issue 6. Nice. And it's a vampire swarm. So he goes, "Oh, can I do a wraparound cover?" And I was like, yes, you can. Sure. So he's doing the swarm from the back to the front of my 2 characters being swarmed by vampires, which we have a little bit unique vampires in our story. And they get introduced in this issue 4. Now, ours are called clotters, and their heart beats every 6 hours, just enough to fend off a rigor mortis. And because I never liked vampires that you cut them and they bleed, like they don't have any blood flow. So ours, when you bleed, and it's disgusting, and I apologize ahead of time, it looks like dark pudding, like it comes out clotted blood. So I don't know if you've ever seen it's disgusting. So the only way to kill them is decapitation or fire. Now, the scary part about them, besides being super strong, they have a hive mind. So the whole family can communicate. But not only that, if they taste your blood in any way, they can track you wherever you go. And if you kill one of them, the entire family will chase you until you're dead out of revenge. So that's pretty much the plot of them. Obviously, she gets bit, she chops off the heads, and now they have to go hunt the entire family just to keep themselves safe.
Jeez.
So we got glossy cards, we got glossy prints.
Nice. You got cards and all that. I really love this.
We also have, there's a metal print.
Metal?
Metal. We haven't gotten the picture in, but it's in the mail. But it has rounded corners, and it's on silver aluminum, and it looks phenomenal. I don't know if you've ever seen metal print, but they're pretty cool.
Oh, amazing.
And then we have, those are the metal bookmarks. And the left one is white aluminum with black ink on top, and the other one is copper with the ink on top.
Oh, wow.
But the next one's the weirdest, and that is a wood print.
A wood print?
Yes, it's laser etched into wood, so it's like burnt into the wood. And it just looks, we only have 3 available, but it looks phenomenal. And
it actually does. It looks really effing cool.
They did amazing.
That it would take the whole piece of wood, like the wall, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I wasn't sure about the fine. Like, I actually got a little worried because I was like, there's such fine lines in this. Can you really show that with etching? It's like, don't worry about it. And this is from Nerdables. If anyone wants to look them up, they are amazing. I literally called them up Friday afternoon. I said, I have my Kickstarter on Tuesday. Can you send me a picture of one by Monday so I have it for my Kickstarter? They said, no problem. And they sent it to me on Monday, and it's in the mail already. So
wow.
Yeah.
Great job. Check that out. And different. Very unique indeed. Oh, snap. What's going on here?
So this is, I have one here. It's the 3D printed Anubis bust. He lost his little staff. So this is the staff. Then this is the Anubis. I don't know where my camera is. There we go. And there's only 6 of these left, and the artist isn't doing them anymore. So the 6 there, once they're sold, they're sold. Yeah, the wood is cooler than ice cream. I like ASAP.
Well, ASAP's amazing. An amazing publisher from the UK. That's Katie's right there, man. Let me tell you.
So this is the original type of, I don't know what it is. It's like a plastic filament that I guess melts together. I don't know how 3D works, but that's the original type where it kind of like prints it individually by line. And the next one after that is printed resin. And it's this is 6 inches, and the next one is a tabletop GP. There you go. It's a role-playing tabletop miniature. So it's a lot smaller. It's about 1.1 inch. The detail is phenomenal on it. They come non-painted, but they're primed, so you can paint them right away, or you can leave them as is. I'm actually going to paint one. I've come to the conclusion. I like painting miniatures. I think it's going to be cool. So.
You should definitely do that on a live stream.
Yeah. So I can scream while I mess it up, like, damn it.
Right?
Yeah, we've got pillows. Yeah. And I have the bigger ones here, but these are about 1 foot in length. So there's 2 Anubises, or there's 3. There's 3 Anubises. There's a cute one and whatever, and then we have one for them. And they kind of go with the statues that we have of them too. So, yeah. And that's there you go. That's the cute one. He's adorable.
I think he's friends with Skeletor. I swear.
Yeah, I think so too.
Look, Skeletor has one too.
Yeah, see?
See, look. He has the weapon too.
Nice, yeah.
So Skeletor and Anubis are boys. Or he stole that, and Anubis is gonna give me a visit tonight, which I don't want.
Yeah. And then
this is so cool.
my Anubis, yes. This is these are handmade. And he actually comes with his own 3D staff. So he feels lost without it. It always pokes me in the eye, but so he's got his own little staff, and he's got the gems. He's all the way around.
That's so cool.
Phenomenal. Yeah, he's phenomenal. And I think there's 4 of these left. And I love this thing. I have a lot of plushies. They're not all listed because I have my zombie merman. This is from issue 2. She fights a zombie merman. I have the skeleton bird from issue 3. And then I have a plushie that he hasn't even been in this series yet, but he's on my poster back here fighting Anubis. So yeah, I love plushies.
We could tell. That's pretty cool though. Well done.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I really love this fucking design, yo.
This is my statue section, and these are handmade. And that one's made from a lightweight clay. It's about 8 inches tall, and the next 2 are actually like clay, like made from clay. And that statue with them is a pound of clay. And then the one underneath it is got a metal staff, and that's a taller one, and very, very detailed.
Yeah, sick. And there goes with the whole story, breaking it down, folks, for you to know the business. There goes the books. But damn, that Ian cover really stands out. I love, the heavy inking. It's just, I love it. So
for anyone that doesn't know him, he worked on The Tick and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Red Sonja. He's got a huge list.
Yeah, man. He's doing his business, man. I'm telling you, yo. He's going to get picked up soon.
Yeah.
He's a poster. He has a great future ahead of him. And look at all these stretch goals, like she said, at $1,300. They go my man Paul Gomez's book. We got Laurie's book there. You know what I mean? What? I've spoken to most everyone here, just about.
Yep, they all praise you. Awesome.
This is amazing. Again, beautiful community, man.
I'm telling you, that's our bookmark, and that's the plushie I just showed you. So that's my panel. That's from my artist.
What in the hell is it, though?
So
Jeez.
he's a deer demon, and he's called Furfur, and he's actually a dark Cupid. And he actually is against my character. So there, Anubis is kind of being on the good side for now. And he is a good guy. For anyone that comes and yells at me that Anubis is technically a good guy, he is a good guy. He's being controlled, and he does start to kind of go towards helping Sierra. And in series 2, he joins the war with them. So he actually has a war of him with his army of mummies, and Hecate and Hades and their army of zombies team up with my 2 characters to fight against heaven and hell. So, but that's series 2, so you got a while.
Yes, Dawn, 100, a salute to you. 100. All right, and go to WickedCon. You know what? I've been mentioning WickedCon. You mind if I do something really quick, Carissa?
Yeah.
That's this weekend, right? And I'm gonna go out there and hang out with my boy from Critics, Clap. And they keep telling me that this is a great and dope show, so I'm gonna go visit. So if you guys want to hang out, you want to see what it's all about, check this out.
Meanwhile, at Wicked Comic-Con.
That's right. That's this weekend, folks, at Heinz Convention Center in Boston. And from what I understand, this is a comic book centric show. So if you love comic books and don't need none of that Hollywood hoopla, Wicked Comic Con is for you. Right? That's where you're going to meet awesome folks like Carissa.
That's Boston, right?
But you get to meet, a whole bunch of people in the independent community.
Awesome.
And let's go. Look at this cover right here. Hey, man, Johnny probably fell in love with this cover because she has fishnets.
So this is actually a prequel that we wrote. It's how they met as teenagers. And so in the beginning, issue 1, you see what happens. After they meet as teenagers, they had planned to run away. And the night they planned to run away, she got buried alive. And when he dug her up, the father kind of intervened and shot at them, and Draven had to leave. And then when he was on his way back, her brother, who was possessed by a demon, killed the parents and went after her. She called Draven, said, "Don't come here. My brother's trying to kill me." And of course, the first thing he does is go straight there. She jumps out the back window, mortally wounded. He goes in the front door, calls her name. She turns around and gets hit by a car and driven off. And he gets arrested for the murder of her and her family. So for 10 years, they think that each other is dead. He gets trained as an assassin, and she gets trained as a supernatural hunter. And that's like the first 4 pages. And then they meet in town. So when he finally moves closer to her, it sets off an alert to angels and demons, because now their souls are close to each other. And it gets them caught in a town that the demons merge with hell, and it turns into like a Silent Hill where they can't get out. And that's pretty much where we are in book 1. They're trapped in this town. That's the little rat from the prequel, Apollo.
Apollo the rat. Look at all the goodies. There it goes. The hell yeah, yo.
Yeah, there's shirts. There's, I'm wearing one of them. I got,
hold on, Chris. You got to model that.
So I got the cover on my sweatshirt here, and it's super, super comfortable. It's super bright and colorful, and I absolutely love it. I have 3 versions of this. I have one of each. I have this cover. I have the Anubis cover there, and I also have Ian Chase Nichols' cover as a sweatshirt, a t-shirt, or a hoodie. There it is.
Neat.
Yeah.
Epa, look at that. That's right.
Oh yeah, and we have a song that was written and performed, and the lyrics were written specifically for our characters. They are Angel and Demon and Heaven and Hell War. And the song on the video that you watched is a sped up version of the background music. And so this is an add-on. It's $5, and you would get both the instrumental version. It's about 3 minutes. I mean, it's not a short song. So you get both the instrumental and the one with vocals and it's an awesome song. So not
I mean,
everyone has a theme song. So
does it sound like those anime songs really rocked out and serious?
it's a little more electronic. It's got all these awesome beats in the background, and it's by Permissible Indulgence, which is a new band that's on YouTube and Spotify, Instagram, TikTok, all those fun things.
Also helping indie musicians. Look at this. Indie kiddo all the way with everything. And there goes the creative team, folks. You could tell a wonderful creative team. Oh, Laurie's a script consultant. Yeah, Laurie rocks, man.
Yes, she does. She's my mentor. She's the reason why I'm on all these videos. I wasn't in a video until her. And in fact, nobody knew what I looked like, and everyone thought I was a guy. And they would just call me bro and son, and it was just fine by me. But when I met her, and I was like, oh, I know it sounds really stupid, but I was like, I didn't know if women in horror was generally accepted. Like, I don't know. I mean, I was new to the horror comics. I used to read like Ghost Rider and all that, but I wasn't like in a community, Mm-hmm. She's like, no, this is great. And we became fast friends. And then she like took me under her wing, and she's like, you need to be on videos. And then here I am. I have like 38 podcast interviews this campaign. So 25 more to go. Yeah,
because she knows the secret. If you don't believe in your own product, how will the consumer? So you got to put yourself out there and tell the consumer why they need to have this in their life. Yep. I see. And then on top of that, you're doing such different things, and just the style, again, having two writers. So you really are having two different voices in this one book. It's amazing. I mean, the whole choice, everything, and then look at all these things that I'm showing. Goodies don't stop, folks.
Yeah,
this doesn't stop.
The list is very long on all the goodies you get. So if you like merch, this is the campaign for you.
As high as $3.95 is the highest.
Yep, the $3.95. It has everything. It has all the stickers, all the merch. It has the metal print, the wooden print, the metal bookmarks, the tall Anubis statue. So yeah, there's only 2 of those. So if anyone wants one of those,
get it done like now, folks. Again, look at this. Look at this. Oh wait, didn't before it said 27? Now it says 28.
Oh yeah, sweet.
Yay! We got one more while we were doing the show. Yay! We need more. Let's get it to 1,300 so we could get into that first one. All right.
Yeah.
So, folks,
I'm okay with that.
I've been sharing the link right there. All right. It's also going to be below for you to click away and then make it rain. This is a pay week, so don't lie to me, guys. Make it rain this week.
Well, also, so not a lot of people know this about, I guess, Kickstarter, because I've heard this a lot, but the funds don't come out until it ends. So if you do want to, if you don't have the funds right now, but you will soon, the funds don't get taken out till May 16th at 12:30.
Well, look at that. It kind of times with taxes when the checks are coming in, folks. So go ahead, use part of your refund to support an independent comic book creator. Very simple. All right. Your check is coming in the mail anyway. So do the top tier, make it rain, and treat yourself to a world of goodies. That's what you got to do. That's right. Yeah, baby. That's right, though. I'm with you. Your energy. Your energy.
See how supportive she is?
Well, that's how all people should be. Just, talk about what you love. You know what I mean? If you're going to criticize, be constructive. Don't be a douche. All simple things in life, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's good advice right there. Don't be a douche.
Don't be a douche. Because calling people a dick is an insult to dicks.
You're right.
When you call somebody a pussy, you know how much stuff a pussy could take. You know what? Someone a pussy is an insult to pussies.
Yeah. You know what? I'm learning a lot on this show. I like this philosophy. Yeah. I'm go with that.
And this is what you do on Twitter first, because Corissa, she active everywhere, but you got to follow Worthy Chaos on every. You see the logo, you see that logo. So you see that logo, you're at the right place. So you
can pretty much search Worthy Chaos anywhere, and we're the only thing that pops up. If you go on Kickstarter and you don't have the link, Worthy Chaos, we pop up. Twitter, I'm most active on Twitter and Facebook, and we do have a Worthy Chaos page on Facebook, but people can also add me, Corissa Grant, on Facebook. I add anyone that has, anything comic related or, doesn't look like spam. But I am pretty active on there. But I love Twitter. I just post everything that pops
Thank
up.
you. People want to talk crap about Twitter. Listen, the only time Twitter is crap if you allow that crap into your timeline. The block button, tag blocker, all that shit is wonderful, and then you're gonna just have a good time. It's very
if someone bothers you, you block them and move on with your life. So
exactly. I don't stress out. You know what I mean? So somebody, I made a comment. I was trying to be funny, and then on their reply, they come off sarcastic and actually called me a jerk. So here we go. You would never do that in real life. No. So I'm not that person. I'm the person that says, you know what I mean? Like, I don't do this here. I'll give you my convention schedule, and you can meet me in person. Then tell me that. I'm a 90s cat. I don't do this keyboard thuggery.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, the keyboard warriors that feel protected, hanging behind the screen.
I'll grab that very keyboard and do what they didn't want it. You know what I mean?
That's right. Yeah, no, I mean, these people that get so upset about it, they let these people talk to them like that. Like, just block them. Like, this is don't let them affect you. That's what they want.
It's draining of your energy, of your spirit. Yeah. So don't do that. It's not necessary. You know what I mean? You see, what we do here, we spreading love and awareness of awesome projects with a great creator that has a great smile, can't stop being happy and enthusiastic about this dope project. Again, with even our own cheerleader that was cracking up. You know what I mean? Having a good time. This is what it is. This is what it is to be a fun and awesome creator that spreads love. So tell us, are you going to be doing any conventions anytime soon where we could pick up this stuff in person?
Yes, but this year it's mostly, or now it's all Tennessee. I was in Kentucky, and now I have seven more. I am doing, and I have never done one before. I'm doing 3 horror cons. One of them has James O'Barr, which is my hero. He's the creator of The Crow, and I cannot wait to get an autograph from him. And that is June 9th in Alcoa. That is FrankenCon. And this is only their second year, but they have some really great guests. And then in August, we have CreepyCon, which I heard is awesome. And then September 9th, there is, if you ever gone to Gatlinburg, the Smoky Mountain Horror Con is there. And then for Knoxville, I have, and I think this is July, I have Fanboy, which is pretty big, I've heard, is pretty big. And then I have a couple of smaller ones, Rocky Top Gaming one, but it's 3 days, so I don't know how small that is. And then I have Nashville, and that is also June. It's going to be a busy, I think the last week in May, I have the tabletop gaming marathon con, and then I have the the FrankenCon, and then the very next week I have Nashville Con. So it's like 3 weeks in a row I have these cons.
Listen, take your vitamins. The con crud is real, and if you're gonna do that many, you better eat good. I'm telling you.
Yeah. It's gonna be But I'll have a lot of merch and some of the statues probably. I have a really weird thing that I'm probably not going to sell, but I'm going to show it anyway. I was at the last con, and it's a pipe cleaner, Anubis. And
yes.
Like, he literally sat there for an hour and just put this together. It's like the weirdest thing ever. And I was going to add him to my campaign, but I have to play with it for a while first before I do that. And we're pretty much going to release every other month. My artist is really fast. Our next one is June 20th, then August 13th, and October 3rd is going to be our 7th issue with our book 1 graphic novel. So we're going to have them together. And that's going to end on Halloween, because the following year, last year, we started on Halloween. So it's going to be 1 year of doing the comics by then. So it's only been 6 months now. So I've done a lot in 6 months, but
which is great. You've built a presence, you're building an audience, you're building community, and you're building a wonderful world here along with your partner. So keep doing what you do here, Chris. So just last thing here is, any words of advice for up and comers?
I'm going to say definitely do something if you're passionate about it. Don't do this for the money. Do it. You can make money eventually. I'm sure you can. I've seen people make money. I'm just looking for enough to pay my artists so I can keep making these. But have a passion for it. It is a lot of work. And I will say ahead of time, unlike me that jumped into it in 4 seconds, have a plan. But definitely the hardest part of the entire process, it's not writing, it's not scripting, it is marketing. Getting yourself seen. Like, I have complete faith in my story. I am not modest at all. Like, I mean, when it comes to my writing, I don't like my writing, but I love my storytelling, and I'm very proud of this, this story. So I have a lot of faith in it, but getting people to see it is the effort, to getting them. It doesn't matter how good your product is if no one sees it. So, and I do a lot of marketing. I also do, I don't cold DM people with whatever, but if they do it to me, I do it right back. Like, yeah, right back at you. Here's my link. I'll follow yours. You follow mine, and we'll go from there. But I did
you see that attitude, folks. That's the attitude you take. That an insult and shit. Hey, you mess with them right back. Word, I'll promote yours. You promote mine. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. And more than anything, don't look at other. Don't look at other indie creators as competition. They're not. They're your people, and they're your support system. And from the very minute I joined, Twitter was my first thing. I'd never been on Twitter until I started it. Someone's like, "You got to be on social media." I was like, "Damn it!" So I joined Twitter, and it's been 6 months, and we have almost 5,000 followers on there.
You sound like most of my Comic Crusaders team. I kind of had them go on Twitter just to make it easier for communication's sake.
Yeah.
They all gave me that damn it thing. And months later, they're like, "Oh man, this is so great." I was like, "Oh, now it is, right?"
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to do this social media thing, but all my friends I've met through there. I met Lori through there. I met a lot of people on there. I met Sam Carter on there. He does the great comics. He's a letterer. He's doing movies and stuff. I mean, he's amazing. And everyone I've met on there, instantaneous, be like, "Hey, you're a horror. You're into horror. You're into comics. Let's talk. Let's figure this out." And it was so funny because my in-laws came and they were so excited about it. They're like, "Oh, there must be so much competition in this field." And I was like, "No, I mean, I would say my first campaign was funded by other fellow supporters that were trying to keep me afloat till I can get out there. And I owe all of them. And I support them all back. And I always try to share, so don't look at anyone as competition. Everyone is your community and they're there to support you."
Yeah, for real. I hate that. That's all parents. Oh, you get a lot of competition. What competition? I'm me and they're them. And we do shit different. And that's what it is. I'm not competing with nobody, and if somebody feels threatened by me, then I'm doing a really good job.
Exactly. That's exactly it. Yeah.
It's all up here, folks. All right.
That's
so
right.
With that, Corissa, thank you so much for your time. It's been a hell of fun. Folks, fund the project. Let me show the link one last time before we go. All right. And it's also below. But make sure right there, look for Worthy Chaos all over socials on the Kickstarter. The campaign live now. Check out the website so you can get all those packages you missed, right? And goodies. And of course, follow on social, right?
Yeah. And hit me up on Facebook and send me a message. And if anybody, listening has a project that they're going to work on or need help with a Kickstarter, I am more than happy. I've been through all the tribulations and troubles with Kickstarter. I am more than happy to help people set up, and get them started. And I've actually helped people do scripts and stuff. So I'm all up for helping everyone. And Dawn will follow you around if you're nice to her.
Thank you, Dawn. You're amazing. Thank you for tuning in. Hey, ASAP is signing up right now.
Thanks, ASAP.
Shout out to Hades and Tom, my dude, and everybody that was just quiet and lurking in the background there. We appreciate you. Much love. As always, I'm Al Mega. Check out my extended family over at undercoverkicks.com. Check out my other podcast, the Al Mega Podcast, the AMP. And follow my family, Comic Crusaders, baby, all right? Turn on notifications, subscribe. Hasta la próxima. Wepa!
Thank you for listening to the Comic Crusaders Podcast. If you like the content, please subscribe and turn on notifications. Also, please visit comiccrusaders.shop and our extended podcast family over at undercovercapes.com. And also, make sure to download the Comic Crusaders app on the Google Play Store today.